Assalamualaikum, I'm Nurul Huda Ibrahim. I will present on behalf of Rashida Ambak and team, and this is the introduction to the article of MyCoSS 2017-2018. This is the fact on sodium intake and cardiovascular disease. We know that cardiovascular disease, including stroke, heart attack, heart failure, are the foremost cause of death in Malaysia and worldwide. Hypertension contributes to incidence of stroke by 62% and coronary heart disease by 49%. And we know high salt intake is a major cause of hypertension. WHO recommended 5 grams of salt or 2,000 milligrams of sodium a day. This could prevent approximately 1.65 million cardiovascular deaths per year. 15% reduction in population salt intake could avert 8.5 million of CVD deaths over 10 years in 23 developing countries. This will be a major cost saving for health services and nation. So intake is one of an indicator under NCD Global Monitoring Framework, and it's required to be reported every 5 years since 2015. This is the methodology. The cross-sectional study applied a stratified cluster sampling method. Sampling was designed to cover both urban and rural areas for every state in Malaysia. Residential units were randomly selected by the Department of Statistics Malaysia, and one respondent was selected from a household. Sample size for each state was calculated proportionately to all state population size. This sample size was calculated using formula for estimating population prevalence. Calculations were done on all objectives, and the biggest sample size was derived from the knowledge on the effect of high salt on health, with an estimated sample size of 1,300 participants. And this is an inclusion and exclusion criteria for this study. And data collection was held from October 2017 till March 2018. This is the data collection flow from day 1 to day 3, and this is the component of parameter study in MyCoSS, including personal information, medical health history, anthropometric and blood pressure measurement, knowledge, attitude practice, and dietary behavior, dietary intake, high sodium intake, and 24 hours urine collection. Okay, 24 hours urine collection method has been used to determine sodium intake and creatinine. Completeness of 24 hours urine collection determined by urine volume more than 500 milligrams and sodium content in urine as per slide. And this is the conversion factors for sodium in millimole 2 milligram and gram sodium to sodium chloride. And this is the statistical analysis. Determination of salt intake was done using complex sample design analysis, prevalence estimated, and 95% confidence interval of the studied variable were computed. The data was analyzed using the complex sample function in IBS SPSS version 20 and Strata version 40. A total number of 798 completed 24 hours urine collection were analyzed, and this is the main characteristic of the subject with median age of 49 years old, weight of 67 kg, BMI 26.6 kg per meter square, and waist circumference for both gender are presented as in slide. Study found that 24 hours urine sodium intake was 3,167 millimole per day, or approximately 1.6 tablespoons of salt a day. Almost 80% of respondents had exceeded WHO recommendation. This study also found that salt intake significantly higher among male and those with higher BMI and higher waist circumference. As comparison to previous study and similar study in the country, we found 24 hours sodium intake from this study was lower as in slide. As a conclusion, salt intake among Malaysia adult is higher than WHO recommendation. Sodium intake was higher among males and individuals with high BMI and waist circumference. And this information generated from this study is fundamental for strengthening the implementation of National Salt Reduction Program in Malaysia, and will be used as a baseline of information and monitoring. Okay, by that I conclude my presentation. Thank you. And this is my reference, and this is my detail. Thank you.